Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. So excited to have Mr. Bryan Carroll, SuperCarroll, on with us today. A great man, has been blessed and fortunate to achieve some really neat things and doing lots, has done lots, and is doing lots to give back and be of service. And I'm so excited to have him on. So first, thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Absolutely, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Glad to be
sir.
on.
Yes, sir. Well, I know off air we talked about your journey and some of those cool things that you've done. But if you don't mind, kind of, hey, share some of that with the audience so they have an idea of who you are and what it is you do.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Bryan Carroll. I am from Baltimore, Maryland. I've been in Houston for probably about 16 years. I went to Grambling my freshman year and transferred over to Louisiana Tech, where I played football. Played a little arena football afterwards. Came into Houston, started working with kids, got into teaching, certified in special education. Really kind of found my niche working with behaviors and behavior classes, where I learned patience is key. And you gotta lead with love. And I always tell people, you think you're patient, and you have kids, work with kids, get married, and God will really start to develop that patience in you if you allow life to teach you that. So right now I started writing some children's books, and I've been doing some teacher trainings, professional developments, and I am almost finished with school to become a licensed professional counselor, which is the next phase with the mental health, really trying to focus on learning that and focusing on men, children, and fathers. I'm also over the fatherhood program with the African American Wellness Agency.
It's awesome, awesome. Well, what are 3 things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
Shoot. One thing is just being able to step out on faith and leave the comfort zone. That's where it all started. Being willing to. I came to Houston with one bag, a one-way ticket in the bag, and a dream. Saying, I'm gonna figure this out. I want to play ball. I'm gonna figure this out. And as you can see, here we are 16 years later. You know what I'm saying? Making it happen. But that's really more so on my faith in God, learning to submit to God. Another thing I'm really proud about accomplishing is I'm a father.
Yeah.
I'm breaking a cycle. I love my father, and I love my bonus dad as well. But my biological father, he wasn't able to show up for me because, he didn't have the capacity at the time, and he's, growing through his own issues. So me being willing and able to continuously learn to show up for my children is something that just brings me so much joy. And it's still a process of growing every day.
No doubt.
And kind of getting over my fear of, a lot of times with the males, we're pushed into sports and all types of other things, but they're not promoting academics. So, I was the guy who just got C's and, and my mom was like, at least get an A in PE, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you athletic, at least get an A in gym. And I'm proud that, that light went off. And starting to realize that, education isn't just reading, writing, arithmetic, but I am becoming a lifelong learner where I can glean and learn from every aspect of life, which is constantly teaching me, whether it's reading books. I read books, I write books now, and allowing life to really be my teacher to help me to become a comprehensive man. So that's, I feel like I'm becoming. So I wouldn't say I've accomplished that, but I'm kind of, I'm continuously evolving, but I'm open to that process. And to me, that's something I'm proud to have, that type of heart posture where I want to learn, I want to grow, and I want to become, the best that God has created me to be.
I love that. That's so good. It puts you up. It sets you up for maximum growth when you have that growth mindset or growth heart set, if you
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
Right? It sets you up for that maximum growth. Well, just hearing you talk about your journey and the things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. I look at this, I feel like it's defined differently in different seasons of your life.
Yep.
Um, for one, having the right posture within a growth mind and heart set, to not continuously be discouraged to the point where you stop. Because we are human, so you got to have courage. But to me, success is being willing to be obedient to God's will for your life, having that posture and the desire to
Come on.
continuously grow. And it may look like, I mean, it may look like Joseph, who told his brothers the dream and ended up in a pit, getting sold into slavery.
Come on.
20 years before he became the second in command. That's success. It may look like, David, who was told that he was going to be king, but he was out there herding sheep, and then had to follow someone who was after him, trying to kill him and being obedient before he came into his reign, and being willing to, be obedient to stay on course and be patient, So success to me is like having the right heart posture, being willing to be patient, and having that drive to stay consistent, to be committed to your commitments.
Love it. But what I want to do now is just kind of off script here. I want to maybe throw 3 words or phrases at you, and you just talk about what comes to mind or to heart when you hear these words or phrases. You good with that?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So the first phrase I want to throw at you is living and learning.
So I just tell you what I'm thinking when I hear that.
Yeah. When you hear those words, what comes to mind of the heart for you? What are you thinking?
That's my life. That's the season I'm in right now. Making some choices. I made some choices that were good, some choices that are learning experiences. You can touch that stove and it can burn you, and you can never touch the stove again. Or you can really get smart enough to understand, hey, I don't need to leave the stove. I just need to have my glove on, or I need to turn it down, or I need to put the burner on there. I just learning how to appropriately operate in that. So I've gotten burned. I've went down those dark roads. I'm going down those dark roads. I went down those dark roads, and I'm learning how to handle myself. And I feel like when something is hard, I just need to get better. And right now I'm in that refining stage, preparing me for the next season of my life and continuing to grow, because whenever you elevate, learning and growing, you got to learn and you got to grow from it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of continuing that hamster wheel and that cycle of the same mistakes.
It's good. So good. Well, and knowing your background, I got to throw this one at you. Let's go. Teaching is reaching.
Teaching is reaching. Absolutely. I think about love, because when I was in the hallway, like back when I used to work at the Academy, I mean, you had kids coming to school. It wasn't a dress code, but it was just certain things you couldn't wear. Right. And they was willing to risk it. They was willing to go sit home for 3 days over wearing something. And when I say teaching is reaching, I'm trying to reach and understand the mindset that that if you come to school high, you might get arrested, you might get in trouble. If you skip, you might have truancy, and they're still doing it. They're participating in, they call it like deductive suicide, like small things that amount to big issues. And the teaching is being able to love them in a way where you're reaching them. Like you're teaching them how to receive your love. You're teaching them what love and authenticity looks like. So when you say, hey man, can you take your grill out? They do it. Hey man, can you take your hood off from me? They do it. Hey man, can you pull your pants up, you're sagging. Or that young lady that want to wear the spandex and they say, that was a big issue. You can't wear tights to school. Hey, pull them aside. Hey, listen, I know you might not like the dress code, but guess what? You can't change that. Is it worth it? Like reaching them, being able to have a responsible and loving conversation with them to the point where they can start to conceptualize it in their minds where they can't conceive these things and be able to get better from it. That's what teaching is. Not just, hey, look, this equation, say this and you can learn this. But truth be told, when they turn 27, 28, 30, don't nobody, I use my calculator right now if I got to divide. You know what I'm saying? But when we talk about social skills and emotional intelligence, that's what reaching is. Teaching them how to live life and operate and communicate.
Good. I figured that would be a good one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this last one I want to give you, man, I'm gonna pause a little bit before I give you this one, and then I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna say, "Hey, this is the good one right here." It's the good one right here. So the last one I want to give you is legacy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Legacy. Yes, that's your imprint. So let me show you this thing. Crazy you said that. So in church, they were talking about the 5 commonalities when people feel like they're about to die. And it was some famous guy. I forgot what the guy's name was, but he had said these 5 commonalities. He said they feel like they need to be forgiven. They wish they had spent more time with their loved ones. They wish they had the courage to live a life true to themselves. They need to feel like their life had meaning, and they always feel like it was so much more that more for them to do. And at number 4, they felt like they need to feel like their life had meaning. So when I think of legacy, it's like knowing that your life had meaning, like knowing that, not just saying you're missed in a RIP or a Facebook post, but like the impact, those conversations, the way you taught your children how to process their emotions and to love, the way everybody that you were connected to felt your love. Not by you just saying you love them, but by you showing you love them, by you modeling it. Much more is caught than taught. But the way you live your life, being a living epistle where people could look at your relationships and say, I want that. Whether it's a romantic relationship is with your siblings, with your coworkers, with your friends, because of the authenticity, the power and the love that exudes from it. To me, that's legacy, not just whether you can leave some money in the account, which is good too, because money changes situations. But first we got to have a certain type of mindset. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man, that's so good. I love that how you shared that with it's funny how things happen at a certain time. You're like, man, it's funny that this happened just in church. You were just talking about, it's crazy how like certain times you're in accordance with certain things, and I think that's one thing that's huge for me is legacy and just reflecting on those things. I think people, thank you for sharing those 5 things because like it allows us to think, man, we really have to think about where we are in our life, but then also know that not only will we leave a legacy, but it's capable we're capable of living a legacy by day-to-day actions.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, as we close, I'd love for you to get an opportunity to share with the audience where they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all the amazing things you got going on.
Okay. On Instagram, my Instagram is SuperCarroll, SuperCarroll. My Facebook is Bryan Carroll, which is my name, BryanCarroll. My website is BryanCarrollandassociates.com. And I'm trying to figure out. I think that's about it. But I will be doing some more fatherhood activities and stuff like that coming up. So just follow my Instagram page. So you'll see those things that we'll be posting about different events for fathers, because I'm all about the dads connecting with the kids and
Yeah.
showing up and leading like we called to.
Very good. Well, Super Carroll, this interview was super.
Thank you for the opportunity, man.
Yes, sir. And I thank you for all that you're doing, all that you have done, and I wish you continued success.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Go get it.